What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. I wanted to make you guys a video today that is a full day of eating, so you can see everything that I eat during the day based on a very, very new thing that I'm doing. And oh, close your eyes. Let it all go. Body and mind burning bright in a dark sky. And oh, close your eyes. So, quick update here. Basically, for the past 6 weeks of my competition prep, I haven't been talking a lot on YouTube about prep and about what I'm doing and like my meals and my training and things like that. And I really think it's because it wasn't totally working and I was really frustrated and didn't want to kind of like speak out about it. And actually it was working when, quite frankly, it just wasn't for a while. So the first 2 weeks of my prep went really, really well, and I was losing weight quickly, and then for whatever reason, the weight loss just stopped. I got down to my lowest weight, and then I had a refeed, and then like 3 days later, we were given a cheat meal, and then my weight was completely stagnant for like 3, almost 4 weeks. I was doing an hour of fasted cardio a day, plus eating on a really, really strict meal plan, and Brandon was losing weight rapidly and I wasn't. So I was just feeling mentally just really not great. I didn't want to do my workout, I didn't want to get up in the morning, and I just hated the taste of all of my meals. I just had a really hard time with it. I had like this constant urge to binge on food. I started like throwing away everything in the house that wasn't prep related because I couldn't even look at it anymore. And eventually I got to the point where I was just like, you know what, I have to make a real tangible change. If you guys by chance saw on my Instagram story, I had one night at the gym where I, for whatever reason, having a panic attack in the bathroom. There was people everywhere, I wasn't handling it well, I was exhausted, frustrated I wasn't losing weight, and it was just kind of a rock bottom for me. So I reached out to Barrett Aesthetics Coaching, kind of said, you know, hey, this is what I'm doing, I'm not seeing progress, what's going on? What can we change, basically? By the end of our conversation, I was feeling, you know, really excited about his method of coaching and training and prepping for shows, etc. And he utilizes flexible dieting. So what that means is that before I was on a very different meal plan by my other coach. I love and respect, I need to do something different, and it really isn't his style of coaching. So when you coach Dylan from Aesthetics, it's the flexible dieting approach. So I get a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fat per day that I am allowed to have. And as long as I can fit within those protocols, then I'm good to go. So I have been focusing for the past week and a half now on learning if it fits your macros. I realize it is kind of insane to switch coaches 7 weeks out from a show. It's definitely a challenge for Dylan, so I feel a little bad, but we are changing things up really drastically. Somehow over the past 6 days, physically, I have seen a change in myself. I feel so much better. I feel better about my workouts. I feel happier before them and after them, and I feel a lot stronger. My lifts were starting to get really, really weak, and I was getting frustrated and just felt like I was burning away everything that I had built. So I'm really excited to be doing this new style. I am trying it out. I've never done a competition prep this way. I am trusting Dylan 100% in just basically doing what he tells me to do. So I wanted to make you guys a video, really fun, because I'm trying new recipes. It's a lot of math. I feel like I'm back in school, but it's getting easier. Now, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm gonna show you guys, you know, a day for me of IIFYM and what that looks like. I am gonna try a new recipe out today with you guys, but otherwise everything that I'm making is kind of something that I've had before and generally seems to fit my macros on a normal day. So for the rest of prep, I'm gonna be following this and showing you guys what I'm doing. There'll probably be a couple more videos like this because, like I said, I really enjoy cooking again and trying out new things. So I really, really love it because there is no need now to eat 100 cookies. Like, I don't sit around all day thinking about sweets and chocolate and things like that, because if I want a piece of chocolate that bad, I can fit that into my macros. So it's really, really good for me and my mental health. It has made a huge difference for me already, and I'm really excited to show you guys what I do. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I want to start off really quickly before meal 1 and go over just a couple of supplements that I take in the morning. So first off, I take the EHP Oxy Shred in the flavor mango before my cardio in the morning, as it's energetic. I really feel like it helps me sweat a little bit more in the morning, get my heart going, etc. And then during my cardio, I take Bikini Nutrition Amino Hard with the BCAA amino acid. Really important to make sure that when you're doing your workouts, you're burning fat instead of burning away muscle. It also helps promote recovery after your workouts, and this one is in the flavor Fruit Punch. And then of course I take a daily multivitamin and omega-3 fish oil. I take 2 of these, and I do track these within my macros. There's 2 grams of fat in fish oil tablets, so I track those for the day. And then finally I take vitamin D3. I just take one of these, and I think it's important. I mean, there's no sun in the UK, so this is the vitamin that we lack. So take that, and then now we will go ahead and start cooking meal number 1. Okay, so for meal number 1, this is my breakfast right after my fasted cardio. I try to make this meal pretty big, pretty filling to start off my day, and I have everything tracked in advance usually on my phone to know the day before what I'm going to be eating, so I can prepare for it, make sure I have everything I need. So for breakfast, I always have the exact same thing. I have 2, I would like to say teaspoons, but it's more like tablespoons of this coffee. It's just like freeze-dried coffee. Here, what's that? This is like the most important part of my whole day. I think Brandon can vouch for that. I'm an asshole without it. I'm gonna put my cup of coffee on the scale and then measure out 10 milliliters of soy milk. And then I add in some flavor drops. These are the ones from My Protein. I like the vanilla flavor. And I just add in like 1 or 2 squirts like this. And then next up, I do 2 turkey rashers. In America, these are like turkey bacon, but here they're called turkey rashers. And these are the unsmoked ones. I find that those are lower in fat content than the smoked ones. So I'm just gonna spray my pan. This is some Fry Light, like near 0 calorie spray. And take my 2 slices of turkey rashers, put those in there. And I just add a little bit of pepper. And then I go ahead and grab a bowl. And this morning I gave myself 30 grams of oats. So I like to kind of split up my oats during the day so I can have one more later on before my workout if I get hungry. Add in my water. And then again with the flavor drops, for my oats, I like to put the toffee flavor drops in. And then at the end, when my oats are cooked, I usually top them with a little bit of cinnamon. But I'm going to pop this in the microwave for probably 3 30-second intervals, stirring between each one.
The microwave's broken. You gotta wait for it to just sit.
So normally that's what I would do. So I'm just gonna let this soak and sit until the oats kind of collect the water there. Next up, I'm grabbing one of these pita breads. Pita breads, Brandon says pita. Oh my god, you're rubbing off.
Yeah, pita.
It's pita. In America, we say pita. The brand is Joseph's. I got it from Muscle Food Order, and it has really, really good macros. It's like 7 grams of carbs and not even too fat in one piece of this. So it's perfect to get some bread in the morning. So I'm gonna pop this in the toaster. And then I'm going to measure out 50 grams of avocado. I'm gonna go ahead and take my bacon off too. Wow, it's still good. I like it really crispy. Going to scoop some into my Tupperware. It is my favorite food ever. And we'll grab our pita bread. The avocado on our toasted bread here. And to top it, I always use, so this is funny. So I had everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's, which if you live in America, I hope you use this every day because it's the best thing ever. And I ran out, so I tried to make some by myself. And I think I got somewhat close, but I am about out of it already. So I'm gonna have to make more. But this is kind of what we've got. It's a mixture of like salt, pepper, poppy seeds, garlic, and some other things. And like I said, I'm just gonna top the oats off that have almost soaked up all of the water here. I'm just gonna top those off with some cinnamon. And my breakfast is ready to go. The macros for this meal are gonna be listed right here for you to see. All right guys, so for meal number 2, we are going to be having a chicken meal. So I pretty much do the same thing every single day because I really enjoy having sandwiches during my meals. That's something that I missed a lot when I was on a meal plan. So for this one, we're doing 100 grams of chicken breast with a toast pocket, which is this little guy here. It's basically just like a thick whole wheat like pita bread that has, you know, a spot that you can stuff things in the middle. 130 grams of sweet potato. I just buy that sweet potato frozen and just literally bake it in the oven for anywhere between 25 and 35 minutes with some salt. So I have some already pre-made, so I'm just going to weigh those out. And then I'm doing some large stir fry, which is this guy right here that is a total lifesaver. Here in the UK, this one is just Tesco brand vegetable and bean sprout stir fry. And in this entire bag, there is 10 grams of fat, 14 grams of carbs in this whole bag. The first couple days that I was tracking, I really had a hard time with figuring out how to hit my numbers while still actually getting enough food, because something that you can go wrong with is having foods that are like too dense, that are smaller meals. So you leave the meal not feeling full. So it's really, really important to add in lots of like vegetables and volume, things like mixed veggies, shredded lettuce. For some people, they use like puff cereal for a meal, things like that, just to make it feel like you're eating a larger amount of food, even though the items that you're eating are maybe less calorie dense, which is the idea. So I'm gonna be making that. I just really like to use it. This is another one of my prep hacks here with this kind of seasoning. So this is the Colonel Seasons popcorn seasoning, and they make 0-calorie seasonings that taste really, really good. We have the butter one and then this bacon cheddar one. And then I'm gonna have some iceberg lettuce to add into the sandwich and tomatoes in there as well, and then some ketchup to dip the sweet potatoes in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on cooking the chicken, cooking this meal. I will show you guys the finished product. Meal number 2 is complete. We have the sweet potato fries here. This is the slaw, all kinds of vegetables. The pita sandwich here with chicken, tomatoes, and iceberg lettuce in there. And then our serving of ketchup. And most importantly, the Diet Coke. You have to get in 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water per day, which is really hard. So other than my like 1 Diet Coke and my coffee in the morning, I pretty much can't drink Diet Coke because I don't have time to drink anything else because I am chugging water all day long. So anyway, the macros for this meal are gonna be right here, and I will see you guys at meal number 3, which will be our pre-workout meal. All right, what is up guys? It is time for meal number 3. This is my pre-workout meal. I probably should have switched this meal with the one before this and done it that way, but you know, here we are, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. It is ideal to have a significant amount of carbs before your workout if you can plan it that way. However, this is a pretty high volume meal, so I imagine it will make me feel pretty full regardless. So this is a new recipe. I haven't tried it yet. I've been told that this is great for if it fits your macros. Basically what we're gonna be making is cauliflower rice. So instead of the high carb content in regular rice, we can hopefully use this very big cauliflower to make a high volume rice meal. We're gonna be throwing in some peas into there, as well as a little bit of egg and garlic and some onion. So all together, this is gonna be hopefully a pretty low-cal meal that we can have right before the gym, and let's hope it works out, and not only works out, but tastes good. So to begin, I'm gonna be measuring out 1.5 cups of this cauliflower, and then basically I'm gonna throw it in a skillet with my 35 grams of onion, 30 grams of garden peas, and then some garlic, salt, and pepper. We're gonna cook it up and see how it goes. I also have a small serving of chicken to have with this so that I at least have some protein before the workout. I just went ahead and threw in the egg. It's just like a tiny, tiny bit of egg, and the peas, and it's getting brown. I don't actually know how long I'm supposed to cook this. So I'm just gonna take a bite of it and see how we're doing here. Oh wow, that's actually really good. Surprisingly good. I support this. I'm gonna throw in a little bit more garlic because I like it. Tiny bit of salt. Let's cook for 1 more minute, and just need to throw in don't have a working microwave. All right, I would call this a success. That is a lot of food for not a lot of calories. So my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna plug that in and I'm going to eat this. The total macros for this meal will be right here, and I will see you guys for my post-workout meal. What is up, guys? I just got back from the gym. I hit a back and bicep workout and did some cardio for fun, which is really weird. I don't know, I must have had a lot of energy from that cauliflower. Next up, we have my post-workout meal. We are gonna be having the high protein garlic bread from Muscle Food. I believe it's a fourth of that, so it's a total of 50 grams of the bread, and then they'll stir fry again. And then I'm doing 60 grams of low fat steak mince. So if you're in America, just low fat ground beef. I always do the 5% or below. And then some Walden Farms tomato and basil pasta sauce is the plan for this meal. And then we have a couple snacks before bed, which is always super necessary for my life, as well as a protein shake. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the meal now, because the way that I have my protein shake is actually more of like a protein ice cream. Like I said, we are gonna be having this Muscle Food garlic bread here. Place pizza in the middle for 12 minutes. All right, so let's do that. I'm glad it says Celsius versus Fahrenheit, because I always get it wrong. Okay, so we are gonna preheat the oven, and then we will pop the pizza right on here. So this is what we've got. 60 grams of beef mince, 50 grams of the Muscle Food bread, and 110 grams of the slaw with some of that beef mince mixed in. All right, so this is meal number 4, and the macros are gonna be listed right here. I'm really, really excited to try this garlic bread situation. I'll actually take a bite of it here. Let's see.
You good?
Wow.
Prep.
Every time I eat something like this, Brandon's like, haha, you're not on prep, because he has to eat different stuff. However, Brandon has gone to eat cereal every single day of this prep, and I've like cried every time he's done it, so it is what it is. Yeah, really excited about this. It's super good. I'm gonna eat this up, and then I will come back and show you guys how to make the legendary protein frappuccino that I got asked about. So that's gonna be fun, and then we have one final snack before bed. Okay, so for meal number 5, the protein frappuccino that I have been posting about on Instagram, and everybody's been asking me for the recipe, so here it is. As you know, I love my coffee more than anything in the whole wide world, and this allows me to kind of have it twice a day. So I take more freeze-dried coffee, so the same one as I had in the morning, only this one is decaf, of course, because it's, I'm not even gonna say how late it is right now, it's pretty freaking late. So what I do is take 2 scoops of this. It's not as strong as the regular coffee. I'm actually gonna do like a little more than 2. And then I just take some cold water. Make sure it's cold. Cold water. Then I just mix it up. And then we're gonna take our Kin Nutrition protein, my fave. I've figured out so many ways to like make things with this, and I love it. So this one is the OMG No Way, which is like the only protein that I ever get from them. I use it for everything, and this is the vanilla flavor. I am taking a half of a scoop of this because I just didn't have enough protein. So just about a half, pour it in there. And then we are going to add 20 milliliters of soy milk. So literally the same as my morning coffee. Last but not least, the flavor drops. Again, same as the morning coffee. The vanilla ones from my protein. Fill this bad boy up with ice. So the key is a ton of ice to make it really like thick. And then you're gonna blend it. And then when you think you should stop blending it, you should keep blending it. And like the longer you blend it, the thicker it gets, pretty much. Also, our blender sucks, so maybe yours won't take as long as ours does, but.
It should take 10 seconds, but it takes 3 minutes for
It
us.
literally takes so long. Like the ice doesn't dissolve. So we're just gonna blend this up. How's it going? Okay, so now that we've been blending for 10 minutes, all the ice is not yet broken. Yours will probably come out a little bit thicker than mine. But from there, we are just going to pour right in And as you can see, it's nice and thick, like a frappuccino, and it freaking tastes like a frappuccino. Like if you've ever had the coffee vanilla frappuccino from Starbucks, I'm not joking, you know I'm a Starbucks fan, it tastes the same. It is so, so good, and I'm gonna put the macros right here for this drink. If you guys are interested at all in getting your hands on some of the Kim Nutrition products, they do amino acids and all kinds of different protein. They're all amazing. They only have to be mixed with water to be good, and I mean, obviously this is awesome, but they're good all the time. So if you want to get your hands on those, you can use the code FITBRIT10, and their link is always down in my description. Really quick, we are going to also grab our very last snack of the day. I think Brandon and I are just going to go turn on a movie, so I'm going to go ahead and get all of this together. My final things here are some 0% fat Greek yogurt. Do 100 grams of this. And then the toffee flavor drops are my favorite to put in here. As you can see, we use flavor drops in literally everything, so toffee flavor drops. And then to finish off my carbs for the day, just about, I am doing 60 grams of blueberries.
Think in moderation.
Now, guys, I have something to tell you. So when I track my macros, I plan it the night before, usually in bed, like what I'm gonna eat, and then just change it, you know, if I'm craving anything. But these are the first thing that I put in my MyFitnessPal to make sure that I get, and I can fit into my macros. Now, what you're looking at is this one. But don't worry, we have this one, and now this one. I have craved cinnamon rolls since coming to the UK every single day. I don't know why, it's ridiculous. So I got these cinnamon drizzle fiber 1 bars. They have really, really good macros. I really, really love these. They're 90 calories. I always kind of have one in bed before the end of the day. I didn't love the chocolate cake one, didn't love the carrot one, but the cinnamon drizzle and the chocolate fudge brownie are my ride or dies. They are so good. So definitely get your hands on these. I'm gonna throw this meal, the yogurt and the cinnamon drizzle bar on the screen, the macros right here. And I think that, guys, that about does it for the full day of eating here. I want to remind you that my macros are not the same as your macros, and mine actually change every week. This is just what they are for the single week. Oh wait, pro tip.
Okay.
Pro tip, guys. After you make the yogurt, put it in the freezer for like 30 minutes while you get ready for bed, and then eat it when it's freezing and pretend it's frozen yogurt. Yeah. But for now, I am going to enjoy my cinnamon drizzle square, and we're gonna go watch the OA. I think that concludes this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you liked this, if there's any certain recipes or things that you want to see that have to do with flexible dieting, because I want to learn. Give me a challenge. Let me know what your favorite recipe is. Anything else down below. And thank you so much, as always, for your support. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.